Well, sometimes you make a composite because you want it to have an effect or kind of a fantasy or something that's surreal. And in this case, I kind of wanted to make this clip kind of something as a throwback to the early days of color filmmaking, maybe early Disney or, something kind of out of Hollywood with early compositing. And I wanted that kind of washed out Technicolor look and the exaggerated lighting and all of that. So I broke a few rules and did some really untraditional things in After Effects to do this. And I did it quite quickly without any other third-party plugins. So I start with just my background, which is a stack of layers of the moon. It's just video that I took out of my driveway and with an HD cam. And then I took another pass shooting the moon through a branch hanging from a tree. And you can see it's just kind of a glowy ball that moves over time, but I wanted that glow. So I stacked those two together and gave it a nice soft mask around there so I wouldn't get the glow going too far. And I just set my blending mode to darken on that layer. And that way I would get just this mask of the glow around my bottom moon there. And then I put in a star field, which is just a static layer of stars that I tracked to move along the same pace as the moon. And that way the rotation of the Earth was all good and there wasn't any funky things going on between the moon and stars. So I've got this green screen shot here, and I just applied key light to it. And you can see that that just kind of did a rough key around there. And there wasn't a whole lot going on in there. But I used layer styles, of all things, to give me the coloring that I wanted on this layer. And I just went down to my color overlay and I took the blending mode to color. I gave it this kind of a turquoise color here and set the opacity to 20. And that gives me kind of that washed out Technicolor look. Let's zoom into 100 here so we can really see her face better here. And so I've got that going on there, and I still wanted to create a glow. So I went to the outer glow and I selected screen mode and then kind of a darker blue color because I didn't want it to be too bright. I just wanted this really mysterious bluish glow around her there. And that gave me that. And then the last one was inner shadow. Now I chose that instead of an inner glow because if you go to an inner glow, it will glow everything around the whole edge. And I wanted to control just the angle of what highlighted here. So setting the blend mode to screen, picking the same color that I used for the outer glow, which is this dark blue, and leaving my opacity 100, I was able to get that effect there. So effectively, just using a few layer styles and some creative layering, you can create a pretty cool composite of an effect that brings the background and foreground together, but in a really interesting and fun way.